Good morning,
Hello.
everyone. This is Noshin Mukhtar, and you are watching the Business Excellence Show today. I am very happy to join you this morning. It's lovely outside, lots of clouds in the sky, and beautiful. So, today's show is going to be about emotional intelligence, and as usual in the Business Excellence Show, Flemming Rontved is with me. Hello, Flemming. How are you?
I'm good. I'm great. I actually had a great conversation with Amateur University yesterday with about 50 students, and they gave me feedback today that this was the most amazing they ever seen. So
Oh, wow.
I'm very, very positive today.
It's one of those wonderful days where you are loving everything. Actually, it's like that. I'm glad
Yeah.
about this. So, what was the point of discussion yesterday in MIT University? Let's briefly go through that and then we will move
Uh,
on to emotional
yeah.
intelligence.
What we were focusing on was that you can say unlocking potential, breaking down barriers, and
Okay.
barriers of emotions, actually. I discovered, or US discovered, that 68% of students are not talking about their emotions, are not accepting their emotions, and about 17% is going into depression. And
Oh,
these are the
wow.
future of the world.
Yes, and they're young.
And
We
they're
don't
young.
expect them to be depressed.
No, not at all. They have the whole future in front of them. But that's where we need to separate our emotional decision making and start focusing on our, you can say, value driven decision making, value driven, you can say, leaders. We have been, I had a meeting Thursday with the JMT, and we just engaged with an organization who has done that, and John has been writing a book together with that guy, and they have transformed, they've proven transformed, because this is measurable, they've proven transformed 1.7 billion youth all over the world. They're working in 500 languages. And we can say that when we talk value driven, where I have a webinar coming up the 20th for only 99 dirham. We are focusing on value-driven decision making, on value-driven leadership, and we need our emotions to energize our body, if we can say so. We're
Yeah,
working. First of all, we need to focus on energy and what is releasing
right.
our energy, feelings, emotions, and affects. But that can be, you can say, everybody's talking feeling, emotions, affects, and that can be pretty confusing. So, what are we actually talking about when we're talking feelings, emotions, and affects? That is what we are focusing on today, because we need our, you
Emotional,
can say,
yeah. That's the
emotions.
emotional intelligence. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, we need that to feed our body, but feeding
Exactly.
our body is one thing. To make a decision based on emotion could be devastating. You can say that you have a vision, you have a uh, but a vision without actions is only a dream. And if you have your vision without values, then you're going for this disaster. Because if you're
Exactly.
emotional driven, oh, today I feel good, oh no, I feel bad, and I'm not going to do anything. If you're run by your emotions, you'll fluctuate all the time. Is that right or wrong? You must correct me.
Yes, it's absolutely right. Yes, yes.
Because either you're up, oh, you're in peak state,
Very high.
you
Yeah.
yes, or you are in zero, which is death. And what I've seen, I've been monitoring, observing leaders for 10 years, the last decade, traveling 88 countries, and monitoring, observing them and finding out what is it actually is going on here. And then I started doing statistics, and that's actually where I moved from, you can say, I made my signature programs where we are actually moving people from emotional driven decision making to value driven decision making. This
Okay.
is essential. It can you you don't have any trees in the background today. Well, how come? Where are you today?
I'm at Rove today, Rove City Center,
Okay.
and I decided to be here because it makes me feel good to have a lot of people moving around me. And hustle
Good.
bustle is always making me happy. Yeah.
Oh,
All right. There are quite a few people, Fleming, who have joined us. Muhammad Shiraz Rana is with us. Thank you, Shiraz, for joining us. Umar Hassan from Bangladesh is with us here, and he's a CEO of Falcon International Cooks. Thank you so much for joining us today. We also have Usman Iftikhar Malik, who is Odo ERP consultant, and we are so happy to have you with us. So, Fleming, let us understand what exactly is emotional intelligence and why it is important.
why is that important? I will share something with you. Unfortunately, I don't know what's going on with my. You can say I'm going here to paste something. I hope I can. I don't know, but actually, it doesn't matter. Yesterday I used slides, but I'm that imaginary, which we need to be. Now we're talking about being imaginary. I
Yeah.
just recently wrote a piece from NASA, US, where they 20 years ago engaged with a company and said, we have very big problems, we have very big issues, and we want to find the most creative people in our organization. And then they
Uh-huh.
sat down and focused on creative thinking. How do we actually find these people? And they found a very easy survey, which they started using on children in the age of 5. And here they found that creative thinking, divergent thinking, was 98%. 98% in 5-year olds. Then they tested them or surveyed them in the age of 10. Where do you think the number was now? How creative
Where?
thinking was these? 30%. Then they tested them in the age of
Okay.
15. How creative thinking were these people? 12%. Then they tested them at 38, 31. How creative were they now? 2%. Creativity.
Oh my God. Yeah, so it keeps on declining as they grow older.
Yes,
That's
we
how
should
it
think
is.
it kept growing, but in the age of 5, we have 98%. And you're thinking about it. Nobody told you to walk.
Yeah.
You just did and did
Exactly.
and did until you could. But the academic world teaches you what to think and rewards you for what you know. So you stop doing. It's a kind of
Yes.
memorizing. When you go to
Yeah, yeah.
school, you're starting memorizing. So your creativity totally disappears.
Exactly, because we are trying to box things instead of unboxing them.
Yes, we have divergent thinking, which is finding a lot of solutions and then picking one. But actually, what's happening when you start going to school, you have your divergent thinking, and then you have the convergent thinking, which is finding the right answer. You always need to find the right answer. That means
Yeah.
that you have your neurons fighting each other.
We
You
have a
are
question.
placed to find the right answers. That means that we are building the future on the past. We can't do that because the future is changing all the time. So why am I
True.
talking about this? I'm talking about this because I had my burnout, emotional burnout, decision made burnout in 2010, where I died 20 minutes. And what is happening here? I was running, I woke up every morning, alarm clock buzzing, and reality confirmed. I started running the hamster wheel as I did yesterday. What's happening here is that 95% of the time I'm in the past because I'm working on, you can say, subconscious mindset. And that's actually where our emotions are. We have the amygdala, we have the limbic system, and we have the neocortex, which is the front lobe here. We are only here
Right.
1% paying attention to life.
Yeah.
So I died, I woke up. Or was brought out of the I don't know if I told the story before, but I was a
You
bank
did.
manager or leader in the bank,
Yeah.
and I got fired. We had the finance crisis. I went homeless. I was picked up by a family. They brought me to their home. A fire started in the house. I got the family out, and I didn't get out. So now I was caught in the house. So I called 911 and they said, please leave a message because everybody was calling. But here I had a conversation. You can say I had a debt of $1 million. I was owing $1 million to organizations, banks. My family left me and I was totally alone. And I got one message saying, you know what? I want to give you peace. Just give the last thing you're greedy. And another voice saying to me, come to me, there is more. And that's actually what's happening here for me. I was standing on hope. If
Okay.
we're talking emotions, what are the characteristics of emotional intelligence? This guy is asking. Cigar tail.
Yeah.
What is the
Yeah.
characteristics? Imagine a tree. I don't have my slides. I would love to have them, but technique is not my best part of the brain. So
Yeah.
imagine
Today it's
a
about.
tree. Now we use our imagination. Can you imagine a tree? You have
Yes,
the
of
leaves.
course, of course. Yeah.
Good. You have the leaves of the tree. Those are your feelings.
Okay.
Those are conscious. Those are in your conscious. Those are in your neurocortex. And those are feelings. The good part about these feelings is that they are conscious and they work both ways.
Hmm.
You can say the feeling of optimism. What does, when I'm saying, do you have the feeling of being optimistic? What is that? Enthusiastic. That's
Yeah.
the feeling of that. But but is there anything included? I'm optimistic. I'm enthusiastic about the future. Is there anything included more in that?
Hmm.
If I say, do you have the feeling of hope? Are there
We all
anything in?
have hope most of the times. Like,
Yeah,
I,
but what
I,
is
I
the
strongly believe that 90% of our consciousness is based on hope, no? If it
good? But what is
isn't,
hope?
then
What is hope for you?
hope is your expectation of good return from everything around you.
This is a feeling, an expectation of good return of everything around you. Is hope a ladder? You have the willpower. You need to have willpower in hope because nothing is happening if you don't have willpower.
Is this water?
You need to have actions in hope. Nothing is happens if there is no actions. You need to have goals or intentions in hope. Is that right? Is that right
Yes,
or
it's
wrong?
true.
Because
It
then
is
it
right.
becomes a
Yes.
ladder. Can you see now? You have the ladders.
Hmm.
You have the willpower. You woke up in the morning. You got hope. You're standing on hope. Good. What am I going to do today? I'm setting some goals for the day. Yes. I'm having the
Yes.
willpower to move into these goals.
Yes.
And I make the actions. What is happening now? Now you
The
actually have,
willpower, yes, and the intention to get the good is driving actions. But it doesn't happen in every case. Some people are not strong at taking timely, meaningful action.
that's right, because some people are not very good at making goal setting or intention settings. I can go out in the morning with intentions off, and then I get disturbed. Life intrudes. I forget all about my intentions. And then when I come home in the evening,
Hmm.
I shot myself in the foot and nothing happened according to my hope. And then you get
So,
disappointed. So what I'm
so
saying here right now, if you have
I have a
hope,
question. Yeah.
yes,
So you think that if we have a hope and we are relying on hope 100%, is it more likely to give us disappointment if the hope is not or the expectation is not met? So do you think having hope is equivalent to having greater chances of being disappointed?
when you have hope, you need to
Hmm.
be specific in your hope. You need to make the goals and the intention setting. You need
Yes.
to have the actions. You need to have the willpower. But the part here is, as I said before, life intrudes. So you have hope, you meet into your work, and then there is some tasks at your desk. So now your life is intruded and you can't follow your hope.
Yeah.
Now you need to focus on those 10 tasks that is demanded you to deliver. And then your intentions is put in the background. It's proven that people are every 5 minutes people are checking their emails. That
Yes.
means they're moving. Every time you get an email, you get a Facebook like or anything, then you're moving out of your home. Is that right or wrong? You're not paying attention
Yes.
to your home anymore. You're going down the
Yeah.
subconscious. So what
Yeah,
happened to me
exactly.
when I died was I got the ladder of hope. I got my
Mm-hmm.
I got a kind of willpower. I was this is the feeling, and when I'm talking about feeling here, I'm talking about it's working both ways. If
Okay.
now I'm putting in a negative, normally I'm speaking positive. You think of a spider, and you hate spiders, but you just think of it. You're not seeing it. You're just thinking of it. That is triggering exactly the same emotion that if you were seeing it. Can you follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now I
Just
talked about
just by
imagination.
imagining.
I talked about imagination before. I talked about divergent and convergent thinking. So you can play. Can you follow what I'm saying now? You want to energize your body because this is the next step. We have emotions and feelings and affects. So you have the feeling and the consciousness. And why am I talking about that? Because you cannot give what you do not have. So that means that if you want to know who you are, you can grow. And in the moment you know who you are, you can start growing other people, or you know how it works. So that's why
Exactly.
I'm only focusing on you. So the feeling you have now, as I said before, you have an idea or a picture of a spider in your head. Poof, it triggers your emotions. And
Yes,
then,
it does.
poof, your emotions, as I said before, your emotions are the branches of the tree. And your trunk and your roots are your body. And you want to give your body good energy, vasopressin, dopamine, oxytocin. So you need to have good pictures in your body or good pictures in your brain because your brain is the chemist. And your chemist wants to release in the culture media blood of yours, vasopressin, dopamine, endorphins, oxytocin, because those are growth chemicals, those are love chemicals. And you follow my loop now, you have the feeling, but every you're seeing a lot of things, and that is triggering your feelings. Your feelings are from personal experience, belief, memories, and thoughts linked to a particular emotion. Now you take a picture of a good thing, a positive picture, and trigger your emotion, which, according to Paul Ekman, are happiness, sadness, um, and we have six universal emotions all over the world. So I've been traveling 88 countries, so it doesn't matter where you're born, it doesn't matter where you come from. You can actually play with this no matter what.
Exactly. And your emotions remain more or less the same. Like
Yes,
in
it
the
doesn't
major
matter
in
if
those six major
you're India or
categories,
I'm from
yes.
Denmark or I'm from the Emirates. So here
Mm.
we have the tree, and I want because emotions changes your physical state. Emotions releases biochemicals, emotions releases electronic signals into your body, and you want to energize
Okay.
your body. So what I'm talking emotional intelligence, I'm first focusing on you. You need to
Okay.
know yourself and how you're working. So here we talk feelings, which are the leaves, the branches, which are emotions, and the
Right.
trunk and the roots, which are your body. If you have energy, you are
Right.
totally different than if you are exhausted. Is that right?
Yes, it's absolutely true.
So if you are exhausted, you will be stressed and fearful. Is that right?
Yes,
It
it's
means
right.
that if you're exhausted and you take a pebble and put it in front of the eyes, it's filling your whole perspective. If you take
Exactly.
it
And it's going
pro-
to block everything else for me.
yes, and if you take it in the proper
Yeah.
distance, it becomes a challenge. If you throw it and under your foot, it's just another bump on the road. Is that right?
Exactly. And it's no longer your focal point. Now you
Absolutely.
can see a larger picture.
Absolutely. And that's where we want to be. Because when we see a larger picture, what happens with us? What happens with you when you have the larger picture? When this pebble you had in front of the eyes, you put it in the right perspective and put it under your foot, and it was just
Two
another
things.
bump.
Yeah,
Yes?
two things. I start thinking that this problem is not the ultimate problem, and I can still solve it. And then I'm able to find solutions more easily because I can see a lot of things around me rather than having my focus on that one point.
Wow. And what does that mean for your life? What does
It
that
means
does
my
that
life is it means my life is easy and I'm in
wow.
control of it.
Whoa. Super. And that's actually where we want to be, isn't it?
Exactly, yes.
So now what we have learned or what we've been talking about is that if we separate actually feelings, emotions, and affects, if we can start controlling them, if we are not growing our fear, if we are not growing our stress, then our
Oh
whole
yeah.
life will change.
Will
Is that
change,
right?
yeah, of course. Absolutely, yeah.
Good. So now you're aware of the process. I hope the people listening are aware of the process. How do we see a challenge? How do we see a stumbling block? Are we growing it and focusing on it? Are we overthinking it? When we do that, we're totally stressed out and in fear, and everything becomes without energy. If you put it in the right perspective, or another part, as I got fired, I had a debt of 1 million and all that kind of stuff back in 2010.
Yeah.
I reversed every time I had shame or guilt. I turned it 180 degrees and said, I'm not going to have these emotions. I'm not going to let my this direct my life because then
Feelings,
I'll be
yeah.
dead. I'll be sick. So I found that I wanted to stand on hope and love. I found that how is my future looking like? Is it looking like me sitting in the streets and begging for money? Or is it looking like me standing on a stage and speaking to 100,000 people? What is my passion? What is it
Exactly.
I want? What is I need to look inside of myself and say, what is my passion? And
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how my you can say my outward world looks like. It doesn't matter
exactly. you
because
you need to
my
control your inward world because that is going to affect the way you behave, the way you live, the way you grow, the way you succeed. Your chances of success not only depend on your external world, they also depend on your internal world. And in order to take
absolutely
charge of your internal world and be the king or the queen of your inner self, you need to be in charge of your emotions. You should learn how to regulate and control them and live with them.
absolutely because your brain uh, cannot your brain uh, it doesn't matter if it's internal or external. Your brain doesn't recognize the difference. If you create an
Yeah,
internal event and move on that internal event, then everything outside of you will change. So, but most people are raised to think in reverse that something outside of us needs to change before we can change. But it's not working
exactly.
like that.
It doesn't work like that. Yeah, it's
No.
true. I
You,
know this.
yeah. So you need to change on your inside. You can imagine, but the thought here is that I only have 2% as an adult for imagination, for you can say for divergent thinking. I'm only having 2% as an adult. As a 5-year old, I have 98. So I need to turn on my 5-year old. Can you follow what I'm saying? As I said,
Yeah,
nobody told you to walk. You had it. You wanted to walk.
It was
You were
innate, yeah.
sure. And the more you did, the more you reflected, the more you learned, the more you thought, and then it happened.
Then it happened. True, absolutely true. We have a few questions from the audience before they go away. Like, I would like to share those questions as well because they are a part of the discussion and it'll help us redirect whatever we are saying. So, definitely, we got the characteristics by now of emotional intelligence and why do we need it and what difference it can make to our life once we are emotionally intelligent. So, here is one question from Wajid Ali. He says, does emotional factor influence creativity?
No, it's the other way
Is that
around. The
no?
creativity, it's the other way around. The more creativity
Okay.
you have, the more you can
Uh
take a
huh.
positive memory and combine it with your thought. The more
Okay.
energy you need to energize your body. Because in the moment,
Yeah.
why did I engage with you? Why did I outsource my marketing to you?
Hmm.
Because I've been training for 10 years,
Hmm.
just looked at you and said, wow, this woman has something in her eyes. She is smiling and she's radiating energy.
Yeah.
She's a plus woman. And
Hmm.
then I went for the good. Can you follow what I say now? Because we
Yes. Yes.
actually have
Exactly.
intuition.
Hmm.
Every single in the you can say organism in the world have vibration. And I'm
Yes.
going for
That's.
a zero or minus. No, I want to leave the zero. I want to leave the minus people. And I want to focus on the plus people because when I connect with the plus people, we become 10.
Hmm.
So I need to find my 20%. Now we're a little bit in the Pareto principle. I need to find the 20% surrounding me who have good vibrations. Or I need to go after good vibrations. This is a gut feeling, intuition
Hmm.
we're now putting in. So when we put intuition in and start listening, we can't listen. When we start feeling the good vibration, we need to move that way. Can you follow? It's something you can.
Yes.
The other part is that in our age of 0 to 7, our subconscious mindset, which is directing you 95% of the day, most people 98% of the day, we downloaded programs from other people, our parents. Most of 70% of
Hmm.
those are negative. And every time we think, we default to subconscious mindset. We can easily
Hmm.
communicate. We can easily drive the car. We can do a lot of things without being present. Is that right?
Yes, that's true.
So the part here is that now we're not paying attention to life. So we need to raise awareness of conscious quality thinking. We need to go into our neurocortex. We need to be conscious aware. And when we are in the
I like the
conscious
word
part,
conscious. I like the
when
word
we
conscious aware very much.
yeah, when we are conscious aware and make decision in that part, then we control our life. But most people don't do that.
Absolutely.
The part is here that the only state we actually become conscious aware is the moment we fall in love. The moment we fall in love, we're dating somebody. I'm finding a woman, I'm dating her. I'm very conscious aware of what kind of flowers does she like, what kind of food does she like, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm really putting attention on her. And we are having very
Okay.
good conversations. But the moment
So
I
my
got married,
question,
yeah,
becoming conscious aware is a part of the process that helps us achieve emotional intelligence?
no. For
It
me,
isn't.
I,
Mm.
for some it could be. For others it couldn't. You see, when I died, I just had the
Mm.
meeting with the universe, which is the sole agency of energy. And I am energy.
Okay.
You are energy.
Yes.
Oh, I can see you.
Every
You can say,
individual.
we're not physical,
Yeah.
we're energy. And
We're
if I
energy.
look at the mirror, I have 50 trillion cells. That's a community of 50 trillion itself, which needs good food. So the process of achieving emotional intelligence, I was not even aware of that. I was just standing on hope. 5 years ago, I had a speaker event and talking about all my adversity, everything, and people said, "How did you accomplish? How did you grow?" And I said, "I don't know." So what I've been writing a book now, and I found that the reason I did that was because I was standing on hope and love, but I was not even aware of that. But luckily,
Yeah.
you don't have to die because I have the secret, if you can say so, and that's what I want to share with you.
Okay.
If we're talking about you're always meeting a lot of people on social media saying you need to be positive. Even the movies, The Secret, you need to be positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. But
A
if I
lot of
don't
people.
know how to be positive, how can I be positive and change my life? Here, I gave you the
Yes.
secret, which is lying in the feelings, the emotions, and the affect. Now you have a tool where you can relate your energy level. And the other part, which we will talk about next time, is emotional intelligence, where we're standing on values. And values is a totally when we control our life by establishing standing on values in our life. And here we are focusing on emotions. There is many tools who can help you in this area. I think there are 30 tools. I'm using LIFO and DISC. I think everybody is
Okay.
familiar with DISC. This is a psychometric assessment where we are focusing on four types of behavior. DISC is saying your personality is fixed. LIFO is giving you six strategies. That's why I mostly use that to actually go into these the specifics of this behavioral intelligence. We're talking about
Yeah.
excellent people. This is 69% of the world who is supporting giving. We know their goals. We know their, you can say, life philosophy. We know their strengths. We know their obstacles. And excellence people cannot say no. We know even the word I need to use speaking to you. When I speak to you, which is
Yes.
triggering your feelings and emotions. There are specific words who's actually triggering that. And if I want to engage with
True.
you in a sales situation or a stressful situation or whatever, I know all about you because this is a 2,000 years old research. We
Right.
have excellence people, that was 69. We have action people controlling taking people. They can't say sorry. It's totally impossible. What can
It's
come out
not
of
possible for them to say.
they are people who are not decision makers. They are people who are impatient. They are people who wants to move forward, but only 3%. Again, we know their
Yes.
goals, their strengths, their obstacles, their life philosophy. We have harmony people, the glue in a team, adapting, dealing people. We know
Exactly.
also everything about them, and we have reasoning people, data oriented people. But if I know that I can see and that you are excellent person, I will speak the words during your mind. Then we're actually using emotional intelligence because we're using 2,000 years research to engage with other people. I also know that you can't say no. So if I am the action guy and I come to your table and say, here are 10 tasks you need to do. And another guy is coming to you say, there are 10 tasks you need to do. And another guy is coming saying, there are 10 tasks you need to do. And you can't say no because it's not in your nature. So when I come back 3 days later and said, Machine, did you do this? No. Then I will, as an action guy, have a very big problem because I'm now hurting the brand because I can't deliver. But if I know that you're excellent and you can't prioritize, I will do that for you. So here we are cooperating. If I know who you are and you know who I am, then it becomes a lot easier to interact. If the reasoning
So,
guy, the data
so
oriented
this
guy,
this
Yeah,
co actually this cooperation that you're talking about right now is the kind of harmony that is needed under leaderships, that is
abs-
needed to create better
absolutely.
synergy among people who are working together. And this is
Yes,
the reason why business owners and leaders need to be emotionally intelligent, so that they
absolutely.
can find those harmonious points among people who are around
Yes,
them or who are
yes,
with them, so that they
yes.
can achieve their according to their maximum potential, not just their maximum
Absolutely,
potential, but
absolutely.
also of the people who work with them.
Absolutely. I've been working with the C-suite in 10 years. And in the moment they realize emotional intelligence and uses that as a tool, we have organizations where effectivity is increased or and productivity is increased with 200% within a couple of months. Just because we know who we are, just because we're taking conflict, misunderstanding out of the out of the equation. Because when I know who you are, that means, as I said before, a reasoning guy will come to the action guy with a report of 2,000 pages. And the action will say, whoa, I'm not going to read 2,000 pages. This is rejected immediately. And if the reasoning guy came with a summary of 2 pages, it's approved. And if he was even
It's
speaking
proof.
the words of the action guy, which is triggering the
Yes,
action guy, then it will be approved. There's no
of course,
conflict,
yes.
there's no stress, because now I, as a reasoning guy, knows exactly how to approach the action guy, and I don't need to
Exactly.
be fearful anymore. If I didn't know that, I would
Yeah.
come with my 2,000 pages, and every time I did that, I will be rejected, and that's really stressful
Yes.
and fearful for me. I may
Yes.
start to be fearful of losing my job because I don't speak the language of the action guy.
Of the person. Exactly. Yeah.
So here we have to create the understanding of each other. But the first part is very important. You need to energize your body. You need to understand how you move in whole.
Yes.
And as I said, in the moment you understand yourself, you can grow yourself. In the moment you understand yourself, you can grow others, especially as a leader. In the moment you know exactly how to approach the team, because all is needed in a team, and the harmony, the excellence, and the action and the reasoning. I can't, as an action guy, take you can say calculated risk without the reasoning guy because he's doing all the work. Can you follow what I'm saying now?
Yes.
I can't make a decision without my reasoning guy. I can't have an effective team without my harmony guy or woman.
Yeah.
I can't have an effective team without the excellence and supporting giving part.
Yes.
So we need to work together. But the part is here that when we start understanding how does our emotions affect our behavior, exactly how does our emotions affect our behavior? As I
I
said
think they do
before,
99.9%.
yes, we know that Harvard says that 85% of success and significance is attitude behavior, 15% is skills. Many of the large company I approached said, we want the right behavior attitude. We can always teach people the skills, right? If you got
Yes.
the right behavior attitude, then you can always put on top the skills. But if you got the right skills, but the wrong attitude behavior, it's very difficult to change because our attitude behavior is programmed in the age of 0 to 7. And that's our comfort zone. That's our navigator. That's our perception, and which is interpreting reality, which means that I can be and that happened for me. I was in a total healthy environment, but my five senses told me that you're not good enough, nobody likes you.
Okay.
That was my uncle
Okay.
telling me that in the age of 5.
Oh my.
I always saw
That's
myself
horrible.
excluded. And my
Yeah.
father told me every morning, no matter what you do, it'll never be perfect. So I knew that no matter what I did, even uh, And I didn't resign and say, okay, it doesn't matter. No matter what I do, I'll never be perfect. I wanted to be super good.
Of
So
course.
I improved in the technical part, but it didn't bring me any place. But technical part is only 15% of life. 15, and attitude behavior, which I didn't have anything of because my father and mother didn't tell me. My school didn't tell me.
Yeah,
So my school
exactly.
only told me to memorize a lot of
Because,
things. So I didn't have
you
those
know,
tools.
those people couldn't tell you because they did not bother to find those qualities in you. They shut
No.
themselves up and they want to see you as 1%. 1% with maybe 10% of his real potential.
Yeah. So to answer Mr. Navasi's question, how does our emotions affect our behavior? We found earlier in the conversation, you may not have been here, it's okay, fine, that emotions is changing your physical state because your blood is supposed to media. That means that if you're exhausted, stressed out, fearful, shutting down immune system, releasing inflammatory agents in your body, you do not have any energy. And if you don't have any energy, how are you seeing the world? In the moment you understand the process of emotions, you can start to create internal, imaginary events. You can say that in 3 months, I know that you want to have a 23, you're having an exhibition or a conference. Is that right?
Yes, we are having on 23rd January
Yes.
an exhibition
So
and a conference. Yes.
yes. If you say nobody will arrive, I'm not going to have a single exhibitor. I'm. It's it's what is happening here. Will you succeed?
No, I will never say that.
No. But in the moment you did, you don't need to do the event because it will be a disaster.
Exactly. Like if I keep on thinking like this, then I'm not myself. Like this is the wrong way of thinking. It will not
Yes.
bring me anything. So even if people who want to be with me, they see me thinking like that and acting according to my thoughts will go away. They will say, "Oh,
Act-
what's wrong with her?"
Actually, people will leave you. People don't want to be close to you. You're bringing people down.
Yeah.
So what you're going to do when you have the idea of this conference is that I'm going to invite a lot of people who's happy. I'm going to invite a lot of people who will attract people. And in the moment you
Yes.
start inviting and you get an answer, and that is, we will come. We want to be a part of this. What is
Because
happening?
energy attracts energy, positivity attracts positivity, happiness
But
attracts happiness.
what is happening in your emotional? Now you give love and you receive love. People want to come. So
Yes.
you're triggering. You can do that internal in your head. Have the pictures of how is your event looking in January with a lot of kind, and that's actually energizing your body. And these are your emotions giving your body energy. And then you start shining, and when you start shining, you attract.
Exactly.
But this is just placing the event imaginary in your head, and then you start moving on that, and then it's going to happen. Believe it, receive it. Is that right?
Yes, that's true. Absolutely
Good.
true.
If you don't believe it, don't do it because it'll be disaster.
Yeah, okay. So, what are the emotional intelligence activities and exercises? This is a question from Shifali Sharma.
Shifali, do you? I can't hear you. I can't hear you, but that's okay. Shifali, when I was, can you? I hope you can hear me. I can't hear Nushin, but that's okay. When I was a kid, I got paint by numbers. I got a sheet of paper with numbers, and those numbers had color codes. That means that red was 5, blue was 6, yellow was 1, and when I did my drawing, I became Picasso. I became very good. The same you're doing here is that you use your brain as the chemist. So you paint by numbers in reverse. You want to release love chemicals or growth chemicals, vasopressin, dopamine, and things like that into your body. So here you take a positive picture and put it in your head, like I told before with Nushin, who is thinking of her conference in January. In the moment she put in there's many people, this is a wonderful conference, people are happy, people are laughing, that is very good in your in a positive picture in your head, and that will release the biochemicals, the electrical signals in your body, and that's how you actually do this. So a positive picture, combine that with your thinking, your thoughts, and start, you imagine this happening inside of you. And if you're very good, you'll combine your thinking with the universe, the quantum, the field, which Max Planck found back in 1918 and 1925. Isaac Newton, or no, it was Einstein, said that this is the sole agency of energy. So, and you can say universe is a like of kind of intuition. You can say I met a guy Sunday. We didn't connect, and but he introduced me to some new thinking, and that was what I needed from that meeting. I met another woman, and we connected, and we're working together. So actually, what's happening here is that sometimes you meet good plus people, and sometimes you meet minus people or zero people, and you need to take them out of your system. But we'll go into that next time. Mental energy, mental intelligence. So the exercise is this here, use your imagination. Bring yourself into situations where you are lifted up. Connect with the people. Look at your phone. How many people are bringing you down? And if you're looking in your contacts in your telephone, and how many people are bringing you down or sucking out your energy, and how many people are lifting you up and growing you? And you take out the you can say the people who is drinking all your energy, the people who is bringing you down. You don't need to interact with them. There's no reason for that. That's an exercise.
Right. Can you hear me now,
Another
Fleming?
exercise,
Sorry to
yeah,
interrupt. Can you hear me now?
yeah, I can.
Okay, better because I had some issue with the audio before and
Yeah,
I
I
couldn't hear
noticed.
you or yeah. Okay,
I
continue
just
please.
continued. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Carry on, please, and then I will show the next question.
Yeah. So exercise and take out the negative people of your system. If I have a client coming into my business and I know I'm good, you need to know, Shifali, that you're good. You need to have confidence. How can you get that? If you have shame or guilt, you put some anger together with that, and then you get confidence. You mix your emotions, and then you get a new emotion. But this demands maybe a little more um, confidence in start doing that.
Right.
So the exercise is taking out the negative parts of your life
Hmm.
and go away from negative people.
Okay.
Yep.
So going away from negative people is very important for everybody's emotional health.
Yeah, I had a partner when I started down here, and I didn't grow at all. I actually got reduced.
Hmm.
It was good in the beginning, and then after a while, it became very bad. Then I had another partner, and it was very good in the beginning. It was super. We extended to 10, and then I just had it inside of me. I got angry inside of me. I got frustrated, and I needed to find out the reason. And I found that, you know what, this is not working.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
so we need to be very careful who we are bringing in and who we are relying on, and who we are trusting. I would say I'm always trusting people. I'm always seeing the best in people. I'm always standing on hope and love. And I can get disappointed, but I'm not letting that disappointment destroy me because I'm cleaning up. It's an
Hmm.
exercise. Do you follow?
Yes, definitely. So let's take up the next question, Fleming. Shall I?
Yeah. Yeah, do that.
Noman Ahmed asks, does emotional intelligence influence productivity?
Absolutely. As I said before, we were engaging with the largest medical company in the world, and we increased productivity in 60 days with 200%. And how did we do that? By introducing LIFO and talking about the four ways of behavior,
Mm-hmm.
by introducing listening. As I have said before, all of us has a sign around our neck saying, see me, see me, see me, see me. That's why we are posting on all the social media. You can say that we know that only 10% of millennials is trusting other people. We know that 71% of millennials think that everybody wants to take advantage of them. And this is a problem for me because just a happy guy. And when I'm engaging with people, I they think, what does he want from me? Why is he doing this?
Hmm. Yeah.
What is it he want? And I don't want anything. I just want you to succeed. But I'm misunderstood because this is, as I said before, I was brought up with the perception of not being good enough. I was brought up with the perception of nobody likes you. I was always excluded. And that's where I have a healthy environment, which I'm misinterpreting according to my programming, my comfort zone. And my comfort
Hmm.
zone, if nothing is in harmony with my comfort zone, is rejected.
Okay.
So where we need to focus is on our comfort zone, our perception of life.
Hmm.
Because something can be very healthy, but we don't see it healthy. We see it as a negative environment. And that's why I have you and you have
Hmm.
me. That's why I have mentors. When I'm angry and stressed, I have my mentors who's I'm engaging with, a thinking partner.
Okay.
That's very important. That's what I've seen. I have people coming to me. As I said, I've been working all over the world, and I got messages sometimes. I'm facing this problem.
Hmm.
Is this a problem, or what is it?
Right.
Please elevate me, or please ask me open, curious questions, so I can start reflecting. How are we engaging with people? When I engage with people, I'm not saying, according to my perception, I understood that you said. Then I'm putting my perception upon you.
Exactly.
And
Which
then you
which
will
might not
not reflect at
necessarily be
all. Then I you will relate to my opinion. But if
correct.
I said you hesitated or you became calm when, well, what do you think? What is it you're saying? I'm not with you. Can you go deeper? Then
Hmm.
you go inside yourself and start reflecting and what is it actually you're talking about?
Yeah.
Again, the question could be in football or in coaching. When I'm thinking football, but if we are transferring that to organization or whatever, why didn't you catch the ball? Again, if you're coming up with an idea, I could say you want to be creative thinking. I could say you can't do that, or I could say that's a dumb idea, or I could say that's crazy, or I could say we never tried that before.
Yeah.
That won't work.
That won't work.
That is my perception I'm putting upon you.
Exactly.
If I
Yeah.
said, reframed it and said, oh, how can we do that? Then I'm opening up for a conversation. Or, sounds like a great idea. Could you go a little deeper?
Exactly. Yeah.
Or, I it could, perhaps it could work, but I need some more information.
That changes the whole perspective. That builds a different kind of relationship between you and the people around you.
Absolutely, because this is just reframing our connection. And this is just because I want to drag the best out of you.
Mm.
But the part is that we are so scared. We are depending on other people. We are so scared of losing of what we have, what we think we have, that we may
Mm.
not introduce our great ideas. And how who are we cheating now? Are we cheating ourselves? Are we cheating humanity?
Mm.
Actually, we're cheating humanity by not bringing forward our great ideas. So what are we doing here? We are actually cheating humanity by keeping our greatness inside ourselves because we are too fearful. We don't have the courage.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
good or
what,
bad?
this fear, this insecurity makes people shut a lot of doors. And that's where all the pain comes from.
Yes,
And that's where the complications start.
yes.
So let's take up the next question. Somebody, his name Shah Ali Bukhari, is asking how to improve emotional coefficient. How exactly can we improve it?
Sorry for
Oh,
laughing. Sorry for laughing. Absolutely, it's my. Now I'm being, you can say, rude. How do you improve emotional intelligence? Just by exercising. How do you improve? How do I make this one greater? Going to the fitness center, exercising every day. How do I improve emotional quotient? Just by. Why am I saying that? 2010 psychiatrists, doctors told me that your brains work with 60%. You're totally stressed out and you have an IQ of 50 or 60. Today it's about 140 just by exercising. I'm Googling everything. I have 7 organizations. I'm a practitioner of 7 organizations and I'm attending all the time. And I'm listening. I'm listening and I'm listening and I'm listening. And every time I don't understand anything, I ask questions. I'm surrounding myself with people more intelligent than me. Otherwise, I can't grow. If you're the most clever person in the room, you need to leave. Because
yes, because you're in the wrong room.
this is the wrong room because you're no longer
You're
growing.
not going to grow. You will learn nothing.
Yeah. And this is actually the same part with leadership. The more you grow, the more you delegate with authority, the more you empower, then you're just ready for the next space,
Okay.
available space. So the more you personal grow, the more you go up in the organization. The less rights you get, the more responsibility you have, and you are now a role model to follow. But are you worth following? That's the other question. Do I
That's
want to
something
follow
different.
you? Do you have compassion for your
This is
employees? And
connected, like the question, are you worth following, is
yes,
related to your being an efficient, effective leader that has, let's define it, that has achieved a level of success and significance.
you can say the positional leader is a boss.
Sorry, I
I
couldn't
don't
hear
want to
you.
be close to him. This is the first level of leadership.
Mhm.
The next leader of permission is a guy who creates trust. The next leadership is a guy who, and in trust, if we go back to that, you have building relationships, you have
Okay.
consistency, you have expertise and judgment. That is in the permission level. But here people follow you because you're worth following. If you don't understand these two levels, you will have difficulties on the third level, which is the level of results, because you can have built relationships which becomes too familiar. So now we're just having fun, no productivity.
Yeah.
So now we
Nice.
have meetings for joy, not
Okay.
creating results. So you need to create the results by establishing, you can say, relationship, judgment, boundaries, and so on. And the next level is people development. And people on the people development people development level is people who are passionate about their own growth, personal growth. That is people that shows a growth journey, and that growth journey has credibility, because you don't have anything to offer if you don't grow, and if you don't show credibility.
How to
I
build, how to, yeah, I'm stopping you, sorry. How to build credibility in your growth journey? I need a little bit of clarity on this.
do you
How can
have
you,
anything do you have anything to offer that can help other people?
yeah,
Do
of
you
course.
do you have anything that I will say, wow, I
I have,
really want to follow Nushi, because she's doing amazing. She's
yeah.
shining, she's attracting people, she's growing her business. She's every time I attend her conferences, I'm coming totally energized home. I really want to follow her.
So
Eh,
that builds the credibility.
Yes, it's not posting, cats and children on Facebook with a lot of likes.
Okay, you have a great sense of humor.
Yeah, but people, I want a lot of likes. How do I get that? Posting cats and dogs and things like that on Facebook or whatever. Yeah, sorry. How effectiveness can be achieved through emotional intelligence? That's what is effectiveness, first of all. What is that? What do we understand? We have effectiveness, we have efficiency. What is the difference?
Effectiveness refers to being result oriented, like when you are making use of your emotional intelligence in the group of people you exist or coexist with. You are being effective as you are able to give them a sense of direction. You are able to control emotions to enhance productivity. You are able to achieve results.
Yes,
This is effective.
yeah, if I have efficiency, I have least resource, largest outcome. I actually don't care about anything. I'm just putting pressure on people. I'm having a whip. You're
Yeah,
fired. I
because
have
being
it.
efficient will help you make use of whatever is available around you in the
Effectiveness
most
is a little
efficient way.
different, because effectiveness is doing the right things right. First of all, you are having efficiency because you need to do the right things right. You also need to find out what is the right things. What is the long-term sustainable goals? Who are the
Mhm.
best to do that? If I know that you're a reasoning guy and I have a task, I can delegate to you, especially in that area. If I know your excellence is supporting giving, I would delegate to you. If I know that you're harmony and we have a company party, you're the best one to do that, because you are per people oriented, and you're the glue in the team. You know everybody. So we are having a company party. I will delegate to you, because then the party is going to be amazing. If I delegate it to the reasoning guy, it would be a disaster. So this is how effectiveness can be achieved through emotional intelligence. If I delegate a task to you, I know you have the passion of, then it's no longer a job for you. It's no longer work. It's your passion, and it will be amazing,
It will be, yeah, of course.
because you'll put all your effort into that because you love what you do. And love is a fluffy word, or happiness is a fluffy word. But if I love what I do, I will do amazing. It's the same if I want to become an entrepreneur and I hate what I'm doing, but I have my technical skill. I want to be entrepreneur in this area. It'll be a disaster. But if it was my passion, it will be amazing.
Yes.
I'm getting time. It's like being in the flow. If I'm in the flow, I'm forgetting all about time and everything. I'm just disappearing into what I'm doing. Is that right or wrong?
That's true.
And when I do that, I'm doing my best and I'm an expert in the field. And when I'm expert in the field, people are coming to me. I don't need to sell anymore. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
So effectiveness is long-term sustainable goals. It's like flying up in the chopper, a helicopter, and view on your team or your business entrepreneur. Where can I outsource? Am I going to outsource my social marketing, my everything to Nosheen or another person? I will do it to Nosheen because I seen her results. I seen what she's done for other people. It's her passion. So I know that I'm secure in the hands of you.
Right.
I also know that I can speak to you if I'm not satisfied and we will still be connected.
True.
That means that I can give feedback, which can be good or bad, no
Mm.
matter what. And I also know that I still need humility, but I'm not perfect. So sometimes I may be angry, but it doesn't influence our relationship. Can you follow?
Yes. Of course.
So,
Yes. Absolutely.
so, so here we are connected, and I'm me, and you are you. I don't need to think of who I am when I'm approaching you. Can you follow?
Yes, absolutely.
And in the moment I'm there, I'm secure. It's not that I was shopping in Carrefour and somebody took my basket. No, I took another wagon, and then I went for the cashier and what is that? That's not mine. That's not mine. That's not mine. And I paid for what I put in there. And then a guard came and said, "You took another basket."
Yeah.
And we had a discussion and a debate. And in Denmark, I can do like that. Please come. I said to him 5 times, "Please come with me." And then I did like that. He got totally insulted. And for me, I'm the CEO. I have a company in Denmark. I have a company in Abu Dhabi, and hopefully we're starting up in Sudan and India. And somebody doing that to me, it doesn't. It really doesn't. It's not important for me. I'm not reflecting on it. But this small security. Sorry for saying. I didn't say that, did I? This inferior security guys got totally insulted.
Mm.
What is wrong in that situation? Are we
You.
big enough to be who we are? Sorry.
I think it's the wrong style of communication used. No.
We're not in
Yes.
the same
Yes.
level. We're not in the same level.
The
I'm not,
communication.
no matter how you speak to me, I'm not getting insulted. I'm just saying, okay, fine. And how can we move on? Or do I want to move on? Is this a good person to have with in my relationship, or is this a bad person? Is that a person bringing me up or down? Is that person on my level? You can't engage with everybody. You can't be something for everybody. That's
No.
another part you need to understand. You can't please every single person in the world. But if you want to please every single person in the world, you are nothing. You're not reliable in any area. Is that right or wrong, or is that me misunderstanding?
No, you're right.
This is another part we need to realize. Do we have more questions?
No, I think for now we don't have any more questions and we are through it. So, all of you guys who want to join us and want to understand the process and also want to go through the psychometric assessment to know your personality better, to know your behavioral styles better, and to be one of the most effective leaders, join us on 20 December at 3 p.m. in the workshop. And we will have more to discuss and more to learn and more to improve your life there.
yeah, we have touched a little fig of emotional intelligence. There is so much more. Uh,
Hmm.
Next time we'll be talking about mental intelligence, and then we go for spiritual
Yes, we will
intelligence.
go for mental intelligence and burnout.
Yes, and then we go for spiritual intelligence. But we have a workshop, as you told, where we ESQL, value-driven leadership professionals, where we
Hmm.
actually talking a little bit about, and we are using the PowerPoint slides, which I
Yeah.
used yesterday and got super good feedback on. And then we are going into what we call roundtables, where we are raising awareness of values. The part is that not a lot of people knows values. When I'm saying boundaries, most people will reject and say, "I don't want any boundaries." But the part
Hmm.
of boundaries is that when you have boundaries in your life, people knows exactly how to approach you,
Yeah. Okay.
and you know exactly how to approach life. This is the two sides of the coin. You need to work with yourself, and in the moment you work with yourself, you can work with others. You need to grow, and in the moment you got the knowledge, you can share it. So there's boundaries, developing people, attitude, listening, and a lot of different stuff. And it's very simple, very, very simple process, where we have transformed 1.7 billion people's life for now,
Hmm.
made it a lot easier. Even we can go into organizations and measure the company culture before and after, and you can say improvement in the period.
Hmm.
So it's 99 dirham. Then you get a psychometric assessment, which has a value of 400 dirham. I give that to you for free. And you are welcome to give me a phone call if you want to me go deep. This psychometric assessment is giving you most preferred behavioral style, least preferred behavioral style. How are you in decision making? How are you in communication? How are you in sales? And you can say, I'm not a sales guy. Actually, every one of us are salespeople. In the moment we get out of the door in the morning, we are engaging with a lot of people and attracting or rejecting a lot of people. So every single, in my opinion, every single day you're selling yourself.
Hmm. Yes, you're right. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us for today. Special thanks to Fleming again for giving us time and enlightening us about emotional intelligence on how we can be better and more intelligent with regards to our emotions. He is
Yeah.
definitely helping all of us in becoming better leaders, and we will come next week with the next episode with a focus on mental intelligence. And we will
Mental
discuss what
intelligence,
we.
and you can say burnout.
Oh yes,
Uh,
and the burnout part.
yeah,
I said burnout because I have observed that majority of the business leaders suffer from burnout.
yeah, but that's not because they don't know how to energize themselves.
Exactly.
So we will have a small survey in the chat box, or yeah, we will have 16 questions where you can take your energy level temperature. You can do that every day or every month. We know it works because a Human Energy Project in New York, I've been working with this the last 10 years. Tony Schwartz is saying, manage your energy, not your time. And they've been working with Ingbank, PwC, KPMG, and 68% of employees tells that their life improved. 70% of leaders tells that their life improved.
That's excellent. So let's do the survey then. We will
We will.
circulate the survey through newsletter as well, and I will also post the link for this survey on LinkedIn. So keep checking and getting back to us. You can always DM us for the link if it is difficult for you to find on the social media.
Yeah, great.
All right. Thank you, Fleming. Have a great day. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I really enjoyed today's discussion. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye bye.